Hi, it's Michelle Hollinger. I'm the author of Sis You're Worth It, 7 Ideas for Manifesting Your Best Life. And thank you for joining me for another 15-minute workshop on one of the chapters in the book. What I've done is for every chapter, every chapter represents an idea. And for every idea, I'm doing a 15-minute workshop to help you to understand uh, 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 um, the beauty and the power of each of these 7 ideas. So I'm going to turn off my camera so that we can focus on the content and get into it. So this, again, the 7 ideas represented in each chapter. If you haven't already looked at the first 3, which are intentionalize thinking, prioritize forgiveness, and maximize gratitude, I strongly, strongly, strongly encourage you to go and check those out because each idea builds on the preceding idea. And the very first workshop, I gave an overview of the introduction, which really goes into what it means to manifest your best life. So you definitely want to check that out before you jump into the rest of these ideas. Okay. So chapter 4, oh my God, personalized spirituality. You cannot manifest your best life unless you personalize spirituality. I'm not talking about religion here at all. I'm talking about your relationship with the divine, with the life force, with the energy of the universe. And that is spiritual. That's not religion. Okay. It's not religious. And manifesting your best life requires that you become intimately familiar with who you really are. And unless you have a spiritual relationship with yourself, there are things about yourself that you may not be familiar with. Spirituality introduces you to yourself, to deeper versions of yourself, to the qualities that you have inside of you and qualities that are part of your subconscious mind, your conscious mind, and what you have access to as relates to the superconscious, which is the universe, which is infinite intelligence. Okay, so personalizing spirituality is essential to discovering the truest parts of yourself. Personalizing spirituality requires that you meditate. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you already meditate, you know what I mean. If you don't, if you have not yet tried meditation, I strongly, strongly, strongly encourage it. And in fact, you cannot manifest your best life without meditation, because without meditation, you don't go within to discover who you really are. Okay. So if you're new to meditation, I recommend that you start with a short guided meditation. And I have one on my website, the Institute for worthyliving.com. I think on the first page, you'll see the worthiness meditation, which is like a 7 or 8 minute meditation, really quick. And it's a guided meditation, but it just really takes you inside of yourself and reminds you that you're innately worthy, gives you a few affirmations to get that worthiness component activated in your life, and begins the journey to really discover who you are. One of the things, and I am going to talk about religion here a little tiny bit because it's important, because if you're under the spell of a religion that discourages you from asking questions, then you are not really in a position to discover who you really are. Because a religion that discourages you from asking questions about it, really does not put you in a position to meditate, to go inside and to realize who you are. Some religions may even like foster this deep separation between you and your inner self, right? Between the you that is showing up in the world and the you that is represented by your higher being inside of yourself. So if you belong to a religion that you, first of all, that you have questions about, because see, most people were introduced to their religion in childhood by someone else, by a parent, grandparent, whatever the case may be, right? And then a lot of people remain in the religion out of habit, even if there are components of that religion that don't really, jive with what they really believe. Even if there are components of that religion that they don't really understand, even if there are components of that religion that they disagree with, right? They maintain the religion because it's just easier. It's a habit that they've gotten accustomed to in their life. And even though there are questions, even though there are disagreements, even though there are parts of that religion that really don't sit well with them, they continue to belong to that religion, even though it doesn't serve them. And so my encouragement here is to ask questions. You do have the right to ask questions about your religion. You do, right? And so one of the things that could happen as a result of you reading this book and reading this chapter on personalizing spirituality is you may come away with a better appreciation for your religion. You may be able to go even deeper with your religion. It may mean even more to you, right? When you realize that you have the right and the power to question it, you may come away with a better relationship with your religion. Or you may come the realization that you've outgrown it and this religion is no longer serving you, and you give yourself permission to try something different. Whew, some of y'all might get mad at me with this slide right here, but it's okay. Your concept of God reflects how you treat yourself. And I know I might step on some toes here, but it's okay. I'm doing it from love. And here's what I mean by that. Your concept of God reflects how you treat yourself. If your concept of God is that God is a white dude in the sky with a beard who is in charge of your life and who is judging you, who is either blessing you based on good behavior or punishing you because of what you call the quote unquote sin. And sin is not what the religious folk call it. Sin is missing the mark. That's what sin means. Sin means that you made a mistake, that you just didn't align with something the way that you have the capability of aligning with it. And guess what? You just get to try it again. You get to cut yourself some slack and try it again. But I'm not going to get into the whole discussion about what sin is or is not. But your concept of God reflects how you treat yourself. So I was explaining that if your concept of God is that God is some white dude in the sky with a beard who's arbitrarily blessing you, based on your behavior, right? And that you feel like that God punishes you when you miss the mark, you are very, very likely to be punitive of yourself. You are very, very likely to constantly judge yourself harshly and critically when you make mistakes, when you use poor judgment, when you don't, measure up to what your standards are. You are very, very likely to put yourself in this box, right? And to judge yourself and to punish yourself by depriving yourself of goodness, by depriving yourself of freedom, by depriving yourself of good things in your life. Your concept of God reflects your concept of yourself. Your concept of God determines how you see yourself, how you treat yourself. And this is not encouragement for you to ditch your religious beliefs. I believe in everybody having the right to choose what's right for them. But that's the key. Is it right for you? You get to ask that question and determine whether it is or not. You get to determine whether the religion of your childhood should continue to be the religion of your adulthood. And if it should be, position yourself with that religion so that it serves you instead of stifles you, so that it serves you instead of keeping you in a box. Okay? Spirituality helps you to see yourself. It helps you to delve into the recesses of your mind. There are things about you that you have yet to discover, right? And as long as you are alive, as long as you are on this planet, there will be things about you, because we are in the process of evolving, which means we always get better. We always, we are always growing and evolving and elevating, right? There are always new things to discover about yourself. If you are the same exact person that you were 5 years ago, you are regressing. You're not moving forward. You're not growing. You're not getting better. You're not discovering that you have this strength and this persistence and this wisdom and this resilience inside of you. There are things inside of you that you will only gain access to through spirituality. Religion tells you what to do. Spirituality shows you who you are. Religious is an external experience. Spirituality takes you inside of yourself. And I'm telling you right now, you cannot manifest your best life, your authentic life, a life that you're meant to live, if you're not going inside of yourself on the regular. If you are not sitting with yourself in the silence, shutting off all the external noise, going inside and seeing what source, seeing what spirit, seeing what the universe, what God has to tell you, has to reveal to you, has to show you. If you are attempting to solve problems on your own without going inside first and asking spirit, asking source how to move through that situation, you're leaving valuable information on the table. You are leaving valuable wisdom on the table. You are not accessing everything that is available for you to access. Okay? Homework. Oh yeah, okay. So you homework is for you to go to the website and download the worthy meditation. It's a really beautiful meditation that I created. Yeah, the website is the Institute for Worthy Living. It's right there on the home page. Click on the download link, and you'll be able to download a free guided meditation. And I encourage you to use it for the next 21 days. Psychologists say it takes 21 days to develop a habit. You want to develop the habit of meditating because there are things about yourself, awesome, amazing things about yourself that you get to discover through meditation. And I want that for you. I really, 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 really want that for you. So here's the book. While you're on the website, click over on the tab for the book and go ahead and purchase your copy if you haven't already. If you have, congratulations. I'm sure you will also agree that this book is life changing. So, yeah, the Institute for Worthyliving.com. And thank you guys for joining me for this 15-minute workshop. I appreciate your time. If you haven't already, check out the first, this is the fourth, so check out the first three. Share it with folk who you think might benefit from this information. And thank you again for joining me. Have an amazing day. I love you guys. Peace.